Mason's in the 7th grade and currently sitting in his Earth Sciences class. In walks a student aide who hands the teacher a slip of paper. Mason barely notices. That is until he's summoned to the front of the room and out the door where the aide is waiting. Together they walk to the principal's office. Mason also happens to be a Boy Scout, and this past weekend he went on his first camp out. He built a fire, set up a tent, and went fishing. He brought along his backpack to carry his canteen, sleeping bag, and pocket knife in. It's this pocket knife that Mason forgot to remove and thusly a school safety officer found in his locker. And it's this pocket knife that, because of his school's zero tolerance policy, one that's replicated across the nation, means Mason's getting expelled. Mason is 12 years old and is officially labeled a problem child. There are countless stories like Mason's, where students who have committed no real infraction are being punished to the fullest extent of their school's disciplinary code, and this has detrimental effects on their educational future. On a lesser scale, we have issues with students like Wyatt. Wyatt's 17 in high school, and he could care less about anything. Wyatt makes it to school most days, but often he's tardy, and as a result of these tardies, Wyatt gets suspended for 5 days. This is supposed to be a punishment. Wyatt could care less. During his extended vacation, Wyatt falls even farther behind in his studies, and his teachers are growing even more disdainful of his behavior. But these are the rules. We can't just let kids get away with these things. We have to prepare them for the real world, where their bad behavior won't get a free pass. While punishments such as suspension and expulsion aren't archaic institutions like corporal punishment is often viewed as, they are still old practices that have not been reevaluated in quite some time. Unsurprisingly, many expulsions like Mason's have nothing to do with school safety, but are a result of disruption or defiant school authority. Numerous studies show that disciplinary measures show no affiliation with lowering violence or increasing safety, which is the reason they're implemented, but instead have a direct result on increasing the likelihood of students to have substance abuse, dropout rates, or increase their chances of delinquency. What does this mean for students like Mason and Wyatt? It means their futures are going to be much more difficult. Mason has to start over at a completely new school district and carry around the reputation of an expelled student. Wyatt is so far behind, he may not graduate with his class or even graduate at all. While these examples may seem dramatic, it's because the stakes are high. These aren't just bureaucratic practices, but students' lives we're talking about, and we need to be more serious about them.